White people use Dr. Martin Luther King's name in a manner in which they try to use it to shame people or to make you feel like you're doing something inappropriate, which is absolutely wrong all the way around. Number one, you cannot shame the Black community by using Dr. Martin Luther King's name. So you are wasting your time every time you make those attempts. You're not shaming any damn body. Okay? Let's just put that out there. You're not shaming anybody. And Dr. Martin Luther King, this is what my answer to you. What would he do? Dr. Martin Luther King would wonder why the people that took him out are trying to talk all glowingly about him all of a sudden. All we got to do is go to the footage of when this man was alive, and it was very clear he was not well liked. So these folks trying to use his name, you're full of crap. So here we go, y'all. This came out in the Hill, January 20th, 2020. Kellyanne Conway, the latest white person trying to shame people by using Dr. Martin Luther King's name. Oh, y'all, boy, I sure hope we can get through this phase because this is ridiculous. Kellyanne Conway, Martin Luther King would oppose impeaching Trump. You don't know what that man would oppose. Maybe if someone that didn't look like you killed Dr. King, he would be around to give his opinion on what he felt about Trump. But since that opportunity was taken away from him, I don't see the point in raising his name when it comes down to impeaching Trump. Okay. White House counselor Kellyanne Conway said on Dr. Martin Luther King Day that the late civil rights icon would not support impeaching President Trump. The comment came after Conway was asked by a reporter Monday how the president plans to observe the holiday. Well, I can tell you that the president is preparing for Davos and agrees with many of the things that Dr. Martin Luther King stood for and agreed with for many years, including unity and equality. Really? Then how come those things aren't happening in the country? This country is not unified, and we know damn well there's no equality here. So if everybody is in such agreement, with Dr. King, how come we don't see these things happening today in America? How come you don't put those words into action? And he's not the one trying to tear the country apart through an impeachment process and a lack of substance that really is very shameful at this point. No, what's really shameful is that you are trying to put Dr. Martin Luther King's name in something I don't even think he would be interested in. He was trying to fight for the country. He would not have been fighting for Trump. Why would he do that? Trump was not the kind of person he was out here, marching in the streets over. I've held my opinion on it for a very long time, Conway continued. But when you see the articles of impeachment that came out, I don't think it was within Dr. King's vision to have Americans drag through the process where the president is not going to be removed from office, is not being charged with bribery, extortion, high crimes, or misdemeanors. Again, how is Dr. Martin Luther King associated with the impeachment process? I'm failing to see the correlation here, Kellyanne. Do y'all see any correlation between King and the impeachment? that Donald Trump is going through, she's really pulling this out of her ass. All right, y'all. Sorry about the interruption. But back to this. I failed to see Kellyanne's comparison to Trump's impeachment to Dr. King. Like I said, she is pulling this one straight out of her ass. And I think that anyone who cares about and justice for all on today or any day of the year will appreciate the fact that the president now will have a full throttle defense on the facts, she added. We care about justice, but we never get it. Interesting. But we know Kellyanne means for people that look like her. We know what she's talking about. The comments by Conway come as the White House prepares for Trump's impeachment trial in the Senate on two House passed articles charging him with abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. The trial is set to begin on Tuesday. Earlier on Monday, the president's legal team filed a brief pushing the Senate to swiftly reject the charges, calling them an affront to the Constitution and to our democratic institutions. The articles themselves and the rigged process. Oh, they know the system is rigged too, y'all. This is amazing. That brought them here are brazenly political act by House Democrats that must be rejected, they added in the brief. The White House impeachment managers also filed a lengthy brief shortly after on Monday that pushes back on Trump's impeachment defense and accuses the president of abusing his power to cheat in elections, betraying our national security, and ignoring checks and balances. That President Trump believes otherwise and insists he is free to engage in such conduct again only highlights the continuing threat he poses to the nation if allowed to remain in office. They also wrote. Okay, I mean, again, I don't see where Dr. King fits into Trump's impeachment at all. Y'all can miss me with this Dr. King quote stuff and what he would do and what he would think and what would he say. Well, if he was not assassinated, he would be here to speak for himself. But since he was, why are you, of all people, trying to resurrect his name when we can go on any given day and pull those videos and look at who was throwing the bottles, who was calling the names, who was throwing bricks, who was using the fire hoses? Okay, you didn't look too friendly towards Dr. King because when he was living, he was hated. This is why it's appalling. The people that hated him more than anyone else is now quoting him to everyone. If anything needs to stop happening, that is exactly what we need to get rid of. You not only quoting Dr. King, trying to quote, but quoting him wrong and then trying to narrow his life down to one damn speech, as if that's realistic. That man had many components to what the type of person he was. But if you listen to these folks, he was only about one speech, and that was his whole life. And that's the biggest lie ever. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. and I'll see you in the next video. Peace, family.